Hey, hey, this is Earl Mitchem and the Mitchem Family Radio Show. We're back live here at No Static Radio, where we don't bring the static, but we showing up bring the noise. This is the voice of the revolution here. This is Earl Mitchem. Tonight on my show, as I spoke of before, will be the son. It's Prince Nala. What's the rest of his name?
Prince Nana Francis.
Prince Nana Francis, the son. Yeah, I love that name, Prince Nana. You know, I could not wait to have him on my show because I really enjoy his music. I think he really has a strong background. It's very creative. And, you know, just the way his voice and his presence is with the way he performs, it's really, it brings something to mind. It brings to mind to me a younger gentleman that passed away in the heat of his prime, and you know, it has a lot to do with the Biggie Tupac fame and things of that nature. But I really appreciate his demeanor being a more Tupac to myself, you know, and I get a interesting vibe from him, just the way his lyrics come across to me. So, you know, just gaining knowledge from the things that he has to say as being a person from West Ghana or Ghana, West Africa. You know, I really appreciate the man, and he has definitely been a good person to talk to here recently. So whenever we get him on the line here, we'll get a chance for all of you guys to be able to enjoy him. And I have a co-host here tonight of sorts. I want you to be able to introduce yourself, and that way it'll stand out more when you say it.
Yes, introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm the crazy lady. No, okay. You guys used to hear me every Monday night on Drag Racing Ultimate Sport. This is your girl Niecy on the mic, and there will be no Niecy Nation tonight. So, you know what? I can't. You know, I usually pop in at the shows and stuff, and been listening to you, and I wanted to come down and again welcome you.
I appreciate that.
And you're doing such a fabulous job. But like I said, just.
Woo-side, yeah, this woo-side thing, boy. I mean, you know, I try to prepare for a lot of different things, and live radio is not really one of them that you can kind of prepare for. So when you said that to me, it really stuck with me. I really like to be a laid-back type of person anyway. So when I get that presence of mind from somebody else, I really pay attention to it. So thank you.
Not a problem. Yeah. Not a problem. We're gonna have a great conversation when Prince Nana calls in, and you talked about some very interesting things in your past shows. So you know what I like is that you're talking about your life.
Oh yeah,
sharing.
I have a lot of personal experiences. I would like to share it with other people. Plus, also, I need to get rid of some of this stuff. No,
yeah, sometimes, you know what? Sometimes that's what you know. In order to move on, you got to say, you know what? I need to step aside. And you need to move.
Right.
So and you got to do that sometimes. I told you. You know, when before the Prince calls in, you know, I told you. I said you compare people to a tree.
Yeah.
You know, you got your leaves.
Right.
Some go wrong. They gonna blow.
Right.
There they go. You know, and you got your twigs. They gonna bend. They gonna break. They gonna leave you. You got your branches. They gonna hang around for a minute, but when they get too tough, it's gonna be like, I gotta go. But if you got you know, and you don't need a whole bunch of roots.
Yeah.
Just pick you out one or two that's you know, supporting you.
Yeah.
You know, and let me tell you. So sitting over here. We have a phenomenal show today, Will.
Out of it, Will.
You know, Will can get into a Will way.
Okay.
And I love to harass him.
Okay.
You know, so I will harass you.
Okay.
You know, because
I like that
you know you gotta laugh. Sometimes you know you just gotta put down and say, you know, this is stupid.
Yeah, that's me. Oh boy. Yeah. I really, you know, I cut up a lot when I'm at home. You know, but I really do that a lot to break up the atmosphere around the house, you know, because we've all been in the house for long periods of time, the kids, and, You know, I got the G babies and stuff running around. And I got another grandson that just came, and I got another grandson that just came, and I'm filling my life up. My life is really full right now. And I'm excited to live more of it because I want to be able to give and share more.
Absolutely. So you got grand. Do they attack you?
Oh yeah.
You see.
Well, this one I haven't seen in a while. So
Okay.
my grandson, I have one in Pennsylvania, and I just spoke to him last night. And then my granddaughter's at the house now. Mm-hmm. And then I just went 2 days ago and seen my grandson.
Okay.
Held him in my arms for the first time, man. And I just looked down at him, man, and he looked like heaven. You know what I mean?
We just had a new addition.
Yeah.
Kevin.
Okay.
Just had a little boy, and I guess we're gonna see him soon.
Yeah.
But we got new. But the other grandsons now look like a gang because they're big. And when I show up, it's still the nicest thing because they're teenagers, right?
Right.
It's still the nicest thing to have them like attack you.
Right.
Grandma, I gotta tell you this, and I didn't talk to you. Why didn't you call? So I'm listening, and then of course my granddaughter Sky.
Right.
She and I talk all the time, of course, and she's got a birthday coming on Friday. But it's so cool because that's what I get.
Well, see, I have in my family, my grandchildren were right in league with my mother. They was born all in October. So I got one born on the 2nd, the 4th, and my mother was on the 8th. So they was all like bam, bam, bam. Mm-hmm. So now I'm getting the opportunity to see my grandchildren again because they have been estranged. The mother's taking them this place.
Okay.
The grandmother's taking them that place and stuff. So we getting this corral together now. So they get to really spend time with me, being, the father's father.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this now. I'm gonna tell you this because luckily I had the best of all worlds.
She said the best of all worlds.
I did because I had my mom, my dad, my grandparents on both sides, and my great grandparents.
Okay. Yeah,
so
there you go.
I
did.
I had the best of all worlds.
Yeah.
But the one thing that I love, and I'm an only child, is that my dad didn't treat me like a little girl. Like a girl.
I love that too. I'm like
we
that.
We went fishing.
Yeah, I like that.
We went to the games.
Right.
We went, you understand what I'm saying?
Hung out.
We hung out. Then mommy said, "This is your girly part.
Okay.
This is this is how you sit as a lady. This is what you." But so I had. So, because you hear so many men say, well, it's a girl, I can't, and then girls, you can't do this with girls. Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
You have to be in tune with them because a lot of times, you get a versatile situation going on and the girls are reaching out to be a little bit more like the guys, because they're more subtle or maybe laid back or maybe just looking to feel that vibe or something. And with that type of vibe going on these days, you have to be really careful on how you approach young ladies. You have to put them in a certain place or a good position where they can grow.
But you know what? But you always have to let them know that, and like I said, I had that. You couldn't step to me.
Okay. Yeah, that too. That's, knowing where that boundary part is.
You couldn't step to me.
Right.
She's like that. Sky's like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You just could, because, see, I already had that.
Right,
so
right.
If you got something, then you better come correct.
Exactly. And that's the more of the focus that I was on because of the fact that, as soon as some of these young ladies see something shiny there.
That's all it takes.
Exactly. Yeah, it's off to the races. Yeah. So, and I pray for a lot of them because I used to work, not work, I did a lot of charity work on Sullivan Avenue in Cleveland, Ohio. In Columbus, Ohio. Mm-hmm. And there's a high population of prostitution in that area. And I went to church there at the Wings of Passion, which Pastor Norma. Hey, how you doing? I'm putting you on Front Street, girl. I'm putting you on Front Street. Gotcha.
That's a
must. No, but my pastor there. We a lot of times with the individuals that were there on the streets and doing their thing. Just to bring some positivity back into the situation and being able to go into neighborhoods and see some of the people and knowing that they are not in a good situation and bring food to them, have an open pantry,
awesome.
That type of thing, help out with the other community organizations that were in the area, and then there's a Tammy I forget Davenport. She also comes from maybe a little upscale neighborhood, but she comes down into the community and does the same does the same thing in her car. She basically goes with her husband, and they go into the neighborhood and they bring inspiration, maybe a little, maybe even do a little speech or two or whatever. But they also pass out food, clothes, things of that nature, and that was really important for me to be a part of that. Starting out, because this was like a transformation for me too. I seen need that needed to be done in my neighborhood, and I became effective in trying to change the attitude of the person that I was, and not leaning so much on the old negative attitudes I used to have, and being able to love more, give more, share more. Even though you're hurting, it feels better to be able to give a little something away, or be in a situation where you can help out, because it removes some things from you.
Because you know what happens is that when you start to put yourself out there, when you start to see more, you take a look in the mirror and say, you know what, wasn't as bad as I thought.
Exactly.
You know, when you see somebody else that's struggling, you know, and you said, okay, but I've made it. Even if you haven't made it all the way, I've made it right here. I need to bring you with me. You know, and you look back, years ago, I was paralyzed from the neck down.
Okay, you was paralyzed from the neck down.
From the neck down.
Okay.
And I was depressed and I was pregnant.
Okay.
And nothing moved from here down.
Right.
That's the truth. And I thought, this, you know, but I started to get back. They brought a lady, I was at University Hospital, and this is what woke me up. They brought a lady in, she was my age.
Okay.
Who couldn't sit up.
Okay.
They literally had to tie her with a cloth to sit her up.
Okay.
In a wheelchair.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, I'm not moving right now, but I got these. At least I had these, and my arms were mobile. Okay. And it was just something that just happened to be hitting my spine. And
I don't know if anyone can they hear what's going on with this conversation here, or do we have to turn the mic up in the room? Can they hear?
I know everybody can hear you.
On my thing here
everybody
too.
Can hear you.
on this Facebook Live too.
Yeah.
Can they hear
like
us?
They hear you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, see, I don't know if they can hear my co-host or not.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm on the mic. Can you hear me? If you can hear me in the headset, they can hear me everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, okay.
Hey.
There you go.
Don't I look crazy? Okay.
But they had to tie her up and feed her.
Okay.
And I looked at that and I said, you know, and then I had, of course you had, like I said, I had a family.
Okay.
You know, and I said, but at least I can pull myself up. I got enough strength to pull myself up.
Okay.
My grandmother said, and I went from a wheelchair to a walker to a cane.
Okay.
I had a doctor tell me, you're going to limp. Okay. My grandmother said, I don't care how many times you got to swing your legs, swing until you cry, I don't care.
Right.
She said, you can listen to a man in a white coat?
Right.
She said, let's go.
How does he know you?
Right. She said, you can listen to a man in a white coat.
I mean, you know the outer you, but not the inner you.
Yeah. And so I did, and I sat down. She was little.
Okay.
Me and her used to do wheelies in a wheelchair.
Okay. right. I've done that.
Yeah.
I love that.
We, you know.
Yeah, that was the best thing right there.
But I answered the door for you, right?
Right.
Did I limp?
Right. So that was, that's very inspirational. A lot of times we get into a position where we think it's going to be debilitating for the rest of our lives. But that's only the actions that you show towards the positivity within yourself.
Exactly.
And can push you a little further to making a more rapid recovery, because you know that you made a good stuff.
But see, that's the same with you.
Yeah.
See, that's the same with you. Said, I got to put some of this stuff, and when you, like Bill Cosby said, if you ain't sick and tired, you might be sick of it right now, but you ain't sick and tired.
You ain't sick and tired.
So when you get sick and tired, guess what?
Right.
All that stuff.
Right. Yeah.
And then when you look back, you be wondering, I did that.
Right.
You know, I did that. I did, you know.
Right.
And what's that person's name?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. I don't think about it like that. You know, me myself personally, I've been through scene, and I've always, generally try to put my hand in a position where it will benefit someone else.
Mm-hmm.
So with me going from one place to another place to another place to another place, it always makes me feel good to know that a piece of me I left behind. It's always a good thing to know that, oh man, I did it. Yeah, like you said, I did that.
I did
You
that.
know,
And you know what happens after that? You forget about it.
I do.
And
I
then,
did.
And then years later, and this has happened to me.
Right.
Somebody will come tap you on the shoulder and say, "I remember you," and you don't have a clue.
Yeah.
You know, well, you did so and so.
Right. Yeah, I don't remember a lot of stuff. I don't remember
First
it.
of
It's
all,
like,
who are you and what are you talking? You know, because
right.
it was just and then that's where your blessings come from.
Right. Right.
You know, and I'm telling you, a lot of the blessings that you get is because you did something a long time ago that's just
lingering there,
exactly.
still sitting there.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. I could see that. More of that I see today in the way that it encourages me to still be a part of community actions and events. I sit on the board of Catholic Charities, so we just had a meeting a couple weeks ago, and we talked about the basic relations of the things that's going on in the neighborhood, how the city is out of money, how we need to go to the parks and help the mayor clean up the parks,
Yes.
and how there's so many opportunities for us as black people to be able to go in and start different things on different avenues in the city that I'm in now, in Mansfield. And as I listened to some of these things that they said, it really encouraged me, but at the same time, it saddened me because I see that as you encourage yourself to make a move in the right direction, there's always something there to tear you in the wrong direction.
What do you think is happening right now?
Well, it's just it's the brutality with the police and being segregated and trying to shut down certain avenues that you pursue in a positive way.
You can see
it's turned negative.
You know, I was around when lettuce was boycotted, buses were boycotted,
right,
all that good stuff.
Yeah.
So what's happening right now? And I tell you what, one of my acquaintances on Facebook wrote on my husband's page, "I can't believe that you think this way. Okay. I never grew up looking at color, and I think that Black Lives Matter is almost the same. Is likened to the Ku Klux Klan.
Okay.
And he didn't see any Trump supporters looting and burning down. And so I wrote back to him, what makes you think you see any supporters looting and burning down? Because anytime there's a protest, there are what we call infiltrators, right?
Right.
Okay, so they are there to destroy the positivity that you're trying to show.
Exactly.
This happens every time we protest. I said, well, since this doesn't happen to you, and it doesn't bother you because it's not you, you don't get it.
They put a label on it. You already have a label on you. And then the label of your actions are, well, if we get them stirred up, they're going to riot.
Right.
They're going to tear things up, breaking our stores and steal our stuff.
No matter what. And he doesn't get it because we watched a man die. Okay. We watched a man die on social media. Okay.
Right.
He happened to be a black person.
Right.
It happens that a lot of black people have died illegally.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
Police brutality is police brutality. And you're talking to a daughter of a detective.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay?
Right.
So you're talking to a daughter of a detective. That's my dad.
Right.
So police brutality is police brutality.
No matter what.
I grew up, when you asked a little boy what he wanted to be, he said a fireman or policeman.
Or a police officer. Exactly.
You don't hear that anymore.
Yeah, you don't hear that no more.
Not because of the police force is bad, but because this is what you see.
Right.
I told him, I said, Ku Klux Klan, are you serious? Because they like to wipe us clean off this earth.
Right.
I said, but I fear for my grandsons. I fear for my son.
Right.
I fear for my family. I fear for myself. We happen to be black. Therefore, our lives matter.
Exactly.
Okay? But we're not talking about just us. I got a video of a police officer that shot a man in the middle of a hotel hallway. He happened to be white.
Exactly.
Okay?
Exactly.
They are protesting because we're tired.
Right. Just a violence, period.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's just a
Of the violence,
thing.
period.
Yeah, that's a violent
You know, so, and you know, but it's just, it's amazing, you know, and what you're doing right now is almost a protest.
Right.
I can see people telling you why, asking you why.
Right.
You know, I can see, yeah, it's just people asking me, well, why would you put yourself out there if you're going through the things that you go through?
Oh man, yeah. Well, it just it dawns on me that my experiences outweigh the coldness that could be in my heart. Mm-hmm. My experiences are warm experiences to me. They're fresh, living experiences. Mm-hmm. So I want to be able to share what the better part of me is with the things I've been through, and plus also to be able to bring people closer to a situation where there is some bonding going on,
right,
and some understanding, and that brings on peace. Because when people don't understand what you're talking about or what's going on, that's when the things get crazy. That's when it gets irate and people want to know then they're all over it. Then it's going to cause more mass confusion and violence because they're not truly understanding why you say that you're being peaceful one minute and our officers are just there to protect these certain businesses or this particular situation, and then as soon as someone raises their voice to say something against something that has been done wrongly, negatively, then you attack.
Exactly. And that's what's happening.
Then you
right?
attack
Yep.
the situation. So now you're not showing that you were of a peaceful nature. Now you're not showing that the things that we say make a difference. Now you're not showing the responsibility of being a delegate of law. When do black people start receiving handouts or pamphlets? When the subcodes or codes of the law change,
That's right,
and we don't know how it affects us because you treat us as poorly educated, but there's no guidelines to go with your education. Because you can change things within your own education or within your background whenever you want to, however you want to, because you have people behind you to say, I'm okay with that.
right.
And then when we're not okay with that, because you believe that through our backgrounds and religious beliefs, and plus also some other things. But I think we have the sun coming in right now. Hello, caller. All right.
He's got background.
We'll get back with an old conversation in a little
You
bit.
guys
I
are
like
good.
that
Go
one.
ahead. He's on.
Hey, hello, caller.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing? This is Earl Mitchell from the Mitchem Family Radio
Hi,
Show.
Prince Nana.
Yeah, hi. How is everybody doing?
Oh
Good.
man, we're awesome.
Yeah.
How are you doing over there? What's the temperature like where you're at right now?
We are in the rainy season.
Oh yeah, it's raining here too. It was.
Wow. We are yeah. But the weather is
Wisconsin.
a bit cool.
Oh, it's cool. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's cool. We have some. It's partially cloudy. So during the day, sometimes we do have sunshine, a little bit sunshine, then rain.
Sounds like Cleveland. It does. It sounds very much like Cleveland. Hey, you know that "I'm Drunk" song really brought me a lot of attention to your music. I really enjoyed the fact of hearing the rhythmatic way that you did your lyrics, and I thought that it was really impressive the way that it sounded like someone here in the United States, but at the same time, it still had a flavor of your own culture.
Wow. Which of the songs are you talking about? Ele Me Nawoa or I Can't Breathe?
Black Power. That you listen to the Black Empowerment song.
Yeah, Black Empowerment song.
Perfect.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. That was the song I did with Mr. 44.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it was another one there. Oh, hold on one second. I'm drunk.
I'm drunk. Oh yeah.
I'm
I'm drunk.
drunk.
Yeah. Mamu.
Yeah, Mamu.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. I couldn't think of the word. I was trying to think of the word. I was losing it with the word, but I know I remember. I'm drunk. You know.
Yeah, it's pronounced Mamu. Mamu.
Mamu. Okay. Yeah.
Mamu. Yeah.
That is so awesome. I mean, it had such a upbeat, positive vibe to it. You can move around, and it made you it just made you feel good. I felt good when I listened to the song, and and the positive message that came after the song about you don't get drunk to your ability to be able to handle the intoxication or whatever, so that you won't do anything, mischievous or violent or anything to that nature. I really appreciate the message that went into the song also. I thought it had a very good vibe to it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's what we can do. When you are composing a song, you have to think about a positive aspect too. When you are composing a negative song, you have to think about a positive aspect too. So, drink is not something which is bad,
Right.
but when you are drinking, you have to drink responsibly, and you have to know your level of drinking so that you won't get drunk and do something that you will find yourself wanting.
Exactly. I really appreciate that. That's a message that a lot of people here in the United States. I know you're in Ghana, West Africa, but we constantly get beer commercials and alcohol commercials and things of that nature, and we don't shun against that type of thing. But some people put themselves in bad situations with it, and that's what it was so much of a powerful message for me to hear you saying, thousands of miles away, that it's still the same way here. You need to You need to moderate. You need to protect the people around you. You need to, be in a focused mind whenever you're doing something that may be a little outside of your character.
Yes. There's one thing I want to tell everybody is
Right.
it's about drinking. Drinking is good in some sense. It's good, as I said earlier on. But you see, whenever they are putting this advertisement, I think they do put drink responsibly, right?
Right. There you go.
Yes. So some people do drink and get drunk because of the burdens that they are having or some situation which is beyond their control. But the problem is, who created you to this earth? It's God who created you, who brought you. He brought you to this world for a purpose. So the best thing for you to do is drinking. As for me, I know drinking will not solve the problem or will never take your pain off. So the best person to talk to or to carry your burdens to is God.
Hey, there you go.
So it's better you pray to God and ask Him to carry the burdens away. There's nothing difficult for God to handle. And the drinking, for example, when you drink, you might think that all the problem is solved because you are intoxicated, everything is going all right.
Right.
But as soon as the drink disappears from your eyes, you still remember these problems. So I'm urging everybody who is having a problem, who is going through a whole lot of problem, or have a certain burden which is beyond his or her control, to carry it into prayers. You just pray about it, leave it to God to handle it. Because the situation, there is nothing you can do to remedy the situation. You just leave it to God to see to it that He can carry that burden from you. So drinking is good, but you have to drink responsibly. You don't have to go beyond your level of drinking.
That's true.
Right, there you go. Hey, that's a good message, son. I really appreciate that because, whenever you show awareness any place, if it's just a little bit, at least it touches the people that want to hear. So I appreciate that you giving the message that you give because it's a very strong, positive message, and people need to hear it.
Absolutely.
Yes, they do. So what's this song here? What's I want my girl or my girl back or something to that effect here. I just heard that recently and I was really struck by that one too.
I can't
I'm
breathe.
needing you. I'm needing you. I'm trying to pull the words up in my mind.
Ele Me Nawoa.
Yeah, Ele Me Nawoa.
The way you mention it, a whole lot of my fans over here were like, Ele Me Nawoa.
Ele Me Nawoa.
We have to write this stuff down.
Yeah. Well, because that one right there, Ele Me Nawoa, it means we winning. We winning.
Okay.
We winning basically, because it's like
Oh,
that's what
yes,
what I get from it, that we winning.
Okay.
oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
get
like,
we winning from that.
Ele Me Nawoa means, do you got it?
You
Okay.
got
For
it.
example, yeah.
It means you got it.
For
Like
example,
All right.
like
you got it like somebody has won the lottery.
yeah.
So
Okay.
that means that, yeah, you won a lottery, you've got a whole lot of money. So your friend will ask you, Ele Me Nawoa, have you got it? Has he got it into it? That means has he got it into your account?
Yeah.
And there are some premier bets, this kind of English premier bets that is ongoing. The guys down here, when they win, they ask your friend. When the money is being transferred to your account, they say, Ele Me Nawoa. So if you say, yeah, Ele Me Nawoa, I got it.
Yeah.
Ele Me Nawoa.
So that means that
Right.
you have to Ele Me Nawoa, yeah. So that means that you have to go and celebrate and have fun. But
Hey.
in a song,
Hey.
it's like it's it's like
Right. Yeah, we winning, man. There we go. Yeah, we winning. See, that's
that.
where I like that.
Yes. I
You
like
know? All right.
And the other one was Mamu.
Yeah, Mamu.
Mamu.
Yeah, Mamu.
my
Yeah, Mamu.
I'm not gonna call you that again.
Yeah.
But Nana, that's what I call Marie. I said little Mamu. So I can't call her that anymore.
Oh, I know what it is. I'm missing you. I'm missing you, missing you, oh girl. I'm missing
okay.
you.
Hey.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
You better.
You are perfect every aspect.
Right. Yeah.
You treat me with a lot of respect.
Yeah. There you
I
go.
never a moment of living with you. You are capable of handling every single thing on time. Girl, you know that I never did you wrong. Please, if I offended you, forgive me.
Yeah, there you go.
Get on one knee.
Yeah, cause hey, that's the fire that I received when I listened to that song. It was upbeat. It had a real groovy vibe to it, and it just gives you an open mind about how to approach a different relationship, or how you can survive within your own relationship if you just just give a little bit, a little respect or something, because the way that I got it, that the young man was having a problem in the situation, he was just basically on his knees like, hey, I'm missing you, just come back to me, give me one more chance.
Yeah, exactly, because I realized that you having a relationship that has gone so many years, that even is on the verge of you guys getting married.
Right,
But
right.
you realize that there are some obstacles, because in a relationship you can't get everything 100%. And in this world, nobody is 100% perfect.
Oh no.
So,
Oh no.
yeah. So in relationship, we have outside, like our up and downs. up and downs in relationship. It's not like a smooth road. You go smoothly on some road you have it on the rough side, like in a rough way.
Right.
So
Right.
in a relationship, there so much things crops in a relationship, but you guys must have to forgive each other. For instance, to me, I'm talking about me myself personally.
Right.
If somebody offends me, I don't expect the person to come to apologize. I rather go to apologize to the person because I just want that kind of love to still remain, that friendship
Right.
to still remain. So generally, if somebody offends me, I rather go to the person and apologize.
Okay.
I don't
Okay.
expect the person to come to me to apologize.
Right.
But in this song, it's like you love the lady so much, you have realized that you've come a long way. You breaking up with her, starting a new relationship, there's a whole lot of things to put into it again.
Yeah.
So it's better as you get together.
Right.
You know what?
But the funny aspect of it is,
Right.
I do write love songs, but I don't have girlfriend.
All right. There you go. There you go.
You know, Nana, in America, they would say it's cheaper to keep her.
Right. There you go. Or I don't know if you realize this or not, but in America, you being the way that you are, as far as confronting and being the stand-up part, is sometimes bad here. We sometimes don't share enough of that. We don't be stand-up enough here and speak enough about our feelings emotionally because we're afraid that somebody's going to either shoot us down or shoot us for apologizing. Here in the United States, it's a little different with being apologetic and being humble and trying to be peaceful in that message because you may be trying to relay a different message and they may take you as a stalker. You know, there's different ways in the United States that is different that I see within the words that come along with your songs culturally and that I really appreciate. Those are values that I hold on personally myself. And I'm sure that some of my listeners probably have the same belief systems. And it's a powerful message to come across that I'm missing you because people don't want to admit that they're missing that person because they may think that they're coming off as a stalker or saying something that might be elusive or offensive offensive by saying to them, hey, I just miss you. That's just a simple thing to just say that, but you never know how the next. I mean, it's
You know what? I think
so
some people
weird.
think that if you say something like that,
Right.
that it's a weakness.
Exactly.
It's a weakness, and it's not. And
Right.
you know what? And sometimes you got to just step out and say what's on your heart.
What's on
and
your
then
heart?
leave it there.
Exactly. And I really, that goes without saying that I really appreciate the words that I'm receiving from your music. I think your words are powerful within the music. That it for me. It gives a sense of balance.
Thank you. It's God who is doing that.
Amen.
And I think, and I appreciate it because No Static Radio, you guys have been doing great things for me since day one that I was introduced to you. Miss Decisive, who is my auntie over there.
Yes.
Well, this is your mummy.
Miss, come again.
I said, this is your mummy.
Oh,
Yeah, mommy's in here too.
Yeah.
oh, so sorry. I never.
Right.
I heard the voice, but I never realized you were the one. So I'm sorry about that.
Okay.
No, you had both of us this time.
You have both of you.
You had Decisive.
Oh, okay.
And you got Denise. You got your auntie and your mummy.
And my mommy, yeah.
Right.
I appreciate it because you guys have been doing great job. You put my songs on rotation. You be following me closely, and you always motivate me, inspire me, say a lot of encouragement words that to push my career forward. So I really appreciate that. You guys are really doing a great job for me. And to Mr. Mitchem's message, yeah, now it's time for we the blacks to, educate each other
Amen.
on certain things like this.
Amen.
Yes, to educate each other, because with this we can be able to, make some impact. Let's create a great legacy for our children. When we are no more, they can follow our footsteps. We the blacks must unite. I always say this: we have to unite. If we the blacks are united, there is nothing that can penetrate us, because we are stronger than ever. So when you listen to Black Empowerment song, there is a message that I put in there, because we have to support each other. We have to stop backbiting, stop the tarnishing, stop the sabotaging. This thing will never help us. And see what is going on in America and the United States. We are here, we are watching whatever is going on. And as to me, I've seen that if the blacks are united,
Right.
the whites can never penetrate them. If their words are one, there's nothing that can separate them. So I think the blacks first of all must unite before moving forward. But when as plated, sometimes when I see some viral video, blacks and blacks fighting on the street, some people fight in a certain way that they strip themselves naked. They tear their dresses, and it's horrible. Those things will never send us anywhere. Fighting, argument will never send us anywhere. Just learn. Please, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. These are the simple messages that we have to be on each and every day.
Hold on 1 second.
No, it's okay. Let him go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah. We're not going to interrupt this call for another one.
Okay, great. Thank you. The thing that I wanted to say about this, your topic that you just brought across here about black people uniting, I don't know if the solidarity is the same as it is in Africa as far as being on the same plane with each other, because there's a lot of Africans that are on the same plane with each other. There's no rich, there's no poor. We all live in a tribe, or we take care of each other in a community. And I think that there's portions of that that's missing here, because people want to live like the Joneses or things of that nature. So it goes into a racial thing, it goes into a white thing, or it goes beyond, because there's white people that are like blacks too here. And there's, because of the cultural change, we have a different cultural change in that sense. So the vibe that we pick up from what's going on here in the United States may be different than what they have overseas, but it still needs to be solidarity, is what I'm saying. And being able to have words like yours that brings a peaceful message, that brings solidarity within the words. You hear a good message within the words. You hear power within words. And you understand that the power that you receive from the certain type of music that you listen to, it can give you enough enthusiasm to want to move forward and do positive things within your life, and maybe to help other people within their life. That goes beyond cultural boundaries. That goes beyond being white or black. But the unitedness, as far as black people on the front, they do need to come together. But I believe that there's something missing in the component of putting things together for black people, because of the lines that have been drawn. Because once you say, if you're a black man with a white woman, and then you say you have to be stand up for black power, then all of a sudden you're looking at your mate. You know what I mean? And you feel like you can't bring that person with you. I can't take you to an all-black party. Somebody going to want to stomp you. Or, and go into something violent. Or if things get out of control in another sense, maybe in certain other cultures, seeing you guys together, they may want to attack that type of situation, or whatever is less than that you feel to be less than within your situation. What is causing this rip between the cultures anyway? Sometimes it's hard to be able to side yourself with one side. To be able to say, here in the United States, it's a little bit different because of being a melting pot. I don't know if it's the same way there with you, but to be able to say that there are a bunch of communities that have many cultural facets, but there's a lot of components missing. And one of the components that's missing is solidarity. Because if you stick together on any level, things becomes a lot more stronger. They become a lot more peaceful and easier to deal with. Is it the same?
Yeah. Yeah, I will say that there is a bit different.
Okay, yeah.
Different, yes, but we can still educate the blacks to learn it, because if the blacks in the United States believe that they come from Africa, when they
Okay.
trace their roots, yes, they are from Africa. So why can't you adapt the Africa style of living
Okay. Okay.
among you?
Well,
Yeah,
see,
though I won't say that the blacks are 100% united over in Africa,
right.
but if I will, I mean, share it into a percentage, I will say 70 over 100, like 70 30.
Right, right.
70 are united. There are some tribal, I mean, confusion that we have here too. Some tribes doesn't want the other to marry from the other tribe.
Right,
But
right.
those things were in the past. So as days goes by, we the youth are standing against that. Now our grandfathers, our mothers are trying to relate with the new, I mean, unity that we are bringing. So there are a lot of people now who can go to other ethnic group or other tribe to get married from there. They stay very peacefully and
Yeah.
they become very happily in marriage.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. The cultural
So
bridges
yeah,
are
so
being laid
why?
out. Yeah.
Yeah, so the white, if the blacks, the reason why I'm saying that the blacks are supposed to become as one is if they are, I mean, united. I'm not saying that they should be united against the whites.
Right.
If they are united and their speech or everything is one, oh, they can move forward. You understand? They
Right.
can move forward.
I believe in myself that things will get kind of cold in the sensibility that if people start splitting themselves off from each other, then there'll be certain imbalances in there because we're used to being with each other but not understanding that we have good communication on these levels and we put out good products together as we work as one. Because in a factory, it's not just one person that puts the product together. It's a group of people
Exactly.
that puts the product together.
Exactly.
And as you building on a product, changing new products, making better products, you become more consolidated together because you understand that you guys work well together.
Exactly.
And as you working well together, you keep continuing to build off that process until you get it fine tuned. It's almost like, hey Harry, hey John. He's like, and it's you pass it back and forth to each other, and it's all love. And there is
Mm-hmm.
those components that are missing within certain aspects of what's going on that I see that does not bring the positivity of change into effect. And I believe that certain words through certain music, you pick up the energy that the person is putting down. And I picked up your energy that was passed on through your music, and I appreciate you for it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
He's still there.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
I
Hey,
thought
what's up, Mitchem?
hey, is this Milligram?
Oh,
What happened?
I'm putting Prince Nana back in the call.
Who hung up?
Okay,
Nobody. Like this Prince Nana call.
okay,
He not supposed to be on.
Sometimes when they are rich, they
okay,
instead
okay,
of them extending their helping hand to the poor and the needy,
It's a call.
okay.
they become very stingy and selfish.
Okay, yeah. I get a lot of that because I've seen how, I ran into a stripper today, and I was at the gas station, and we had a couple minutes to talk, and I just was thinking to myself, she's driving a yellow BMW or Mercedes Benz, and maybe she's worked for it, or maybe she went to school or whatever, she graduated or whatever. I didn't really get deep into her conversation, but I just thought to myself, like, she said, well, everyone spends the money in the clubs because if you throw the money that they throw in the clubs out into the community, there will be uproar or violence, or people will try to kill each other to get to that money, instead of like it is in the club. It's regulated. People can toss thousands of dollars up in the air, and
Boy, stop it.
and people can throw thousands of dollars into the air, and only the people that's inside the club get to scoop it up, and we win it. So I'm thinking to myself, as like you said, being a performer and things of that nature, I know that probably when you do stage performance, do you ever throw material things out into the crowd?
No, I never did that before.
Okay. Because we have this tradition here in the United States where we jump out into the crowd, and let the audience hold us up and things of that nature, and then
I saw that.
Yeah. And then you're thinking to yourself like, well, if I did this overseas, they might just let me fall to the ground,
Look, it's the Red Sea.
Right? It may not register the same way, But I'm just picking up on these cultural vibes that really entice me about the music that you prepare, and you do excellent work. I want to tell you, for the promo, man, you're a number one guy. One guy.
Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Oh yeah, man. I just have a lot to say. Thinking about how our cultural changes are now. We missed out on a lot of our African heritage being here in the United States, and a lot of that comes from where you are right now, being in Africa. So I'm thinking of the music. I'm thinking of how your words can be so effective, and how these things can cause changes within people, because that's the motherland. These ideas come from there. These attitudes, these rhythms, these way of expressing ourselves that are only unique to us come from someplace. So while they're coming from someplace, they're going into another vessel. And as they're going into another vessel, that vessel pours it out onto someone else. And that's a peaceful change, to be able to give that energy and a flow like that.
Yeah.
And I thank you for it.
Oh, we have to thank God, not me.
Okay, well, yeah. He's the originator. You're right. He's got his thumb on all of our posts.
Right. You have to thank God for him.
Yeah, and I do thank God for you. My co-host here, Mommy just brought up a wonderful thing by saying that I have to thank God for you. So I will, and I thank you.
Yeah, and I also thank God for bringing you guys to my life. You guys have treated or have, articulated my voice to the people of the listeners in the United States to hear my voice. Because without you, nobody will even know that I do exist doing music.
Oh, okay.
But I do thank God that my songs are not limited to the Ghanaian community or the African community living in the United States. But to be honest, I never got interviewed from any of Ghanaian community.
Oh, wow.
Or any African community in the United States before. And all the interviews that I've been having, they are from the Black Americans of the Native Americans in the
Okay.
United States. So this is a blessing.
Yeah, that is a blessing.
Wow.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, this is a blessing.
That is a blessing. But you know what? It's just like going to my sister's house or going to my mama's house or something like that. They're like, "Oh, you doing that old show again? Oh, what are you doing?" You know, so you know, I got families over here that probably treat me like your own country. You know,
Yeah.
it's just funny like that how people, you know, that are close to you, that see you, they're like, "Oh, that's the son."
And those,
You know, you know, because he's just the guy right up the block. You know, he's the good guy on the block. You know, and then they see some other people. Oh yeah, he tough guy. He's got the car and the, you know, and things of that nature. But it's no worries. I believe that the positivity that you carry within yourself, it weighs out, and that it comes out, and that it leaves you with that impression that, you know what, I want to hear that again. He just did something to me. He just moved me somehow. He made me feel a certain way, you know. And that's the positivity that's needed within words that's going into this music today. Because a lot of this stuff is scaled up beats. And it's covering the real song or the real message of the person up. I don't know what they're talking about. You know, all I hear is wum, 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 wum. You know, I hear a lot of different things, but I ain't really seeing nothing coming from it, you know. So I'm kind of leery what's going to happen next, you know, what's going to happen, you know. So that's why I'm so commending on what I see from you. You know, first of all, I didn't know you at all, period, but now since we've been carrying a rapport, you know, we could be friends forever, man. I really appreciate the person that you are. You're a really strong person and have a really positive message.
Absolutely.
Thank you, and thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
you guys have really made my day.
Now, I have a question for you.
All right.
Tell us about the little boy in your video who is
dancing
his little hiney.
Yeah.
He danced his little hiney, y'all.
Right.
I said,
Right.
He is. Oh my good. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Did you see that? Oh my goodness. I said, get his butt back.
Right.
He was so adorable, and you said he was one of the children in the neighborhood.
Yeah, one of the children in the neighborhood, but that was in the capital.
Okay.
Somebody shot in the capital and sent it to me because I'm living in the countryside.
Okay.
I left the capital this about 6 years now. I've been here for 6 years now.
Okay.
So I'm living in the countryside. So one of my relative got them playing the song anyway. So he videoed it and sent it to me. That's why I posted it.
And did you see his skin? It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He lives in the neighborhood over there, our neighborhood in the capital.
Okay.
I mean, who moves like that?
Right.
He had no backbone.
Right.
He was. I mean, it was just so. You know, I want to just say it was so cute, but I just, you know what, I saw the movement in him.
Right.
You know, and then I was looking at his skin, it's butter.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just, he was just, I just wanted him to turn around so I could see his face.
Right. So
actually that song is really doing well, and
right.
It's God, because I never knew this song would, go that way, that far.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people who listen to the song play it all over again. And the responses that I'm having from the song so far, I think this song is going to be a hit.
Well, you're talking about Ele Me Nawoa, right?
Ele Me Nawoa.
Ele Me Nawoa. Yeah. All right. Look, I got to celebrate on that one.
You got it.
I know. I love that song. Like, Ele Me Nawoa. Yeah. I'm in there dancing and moving around. I'm like, yeah. And then I see the DJs. You know, you got the little DJs on there doing their spots, and they're pulling your music up and stuff, and they're celebrating in the background. Like, yeah, we got our check too. Yay. You know.
Yeah, most of the DJs over here, some are very favoritism.
Okay.
Yeah, they have their favorite artists that they play their songs, and when a song is coming from somebody they don't like, they don't play it. But this
That's
song
what we're
came,
talking about. That's what
yeah,
we're talking about. Now that's the
yeah,
racism I'm talking about.
yes,
That goes across the regular white black lines. It goes
mm,
into your local community and it causes an effect within the vibration of what you're trying to put out as a positive message. It tears down the solidarity of whoever is in the creative seat, whoever is in the leadership position, whoever is having the focus towards change, whoever is having the the ability to be able to rebuild or to challenge. All of those things, when someone steps forward to do something positive, are going to be met head on with that type of racism or with that type of prejudice. And it goes beyond cultural lines. It's
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, so those that I feel, those that are not, those that doesn't show favoritism, they are the ones who shot the videos whilst they were playing the song and sent it to me. So
Okay.
most of them also promised to send it to me. Some of them say they do play the song. Some of the radio stations they do play the songs, but the DJs sometimes forget to do a video. But some promise me that they'll send in some of them for me to feature it on my page.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
God is really working. God is
I
really
love
working.
that. I
Yeah,
love
God is
that.
really working because when you wait patiently for the Lord, when the time is right, God is going to lift you above all grounds, and
Oh,
you'll be surprised
there you go.
because I started this
There you
this
go.
music thing for so
Right.
long. I started doing this because music is in the family.
Yeah.
When we talk about
Yeah.
music, it's in the family. My
Yeah.
grandfather was a musician in our church, and
Okay.
uh, and he was accordionist. The accordion, the old thing that they've been playing,
Okay.
accordion.
Okay. Or accordion.
Yeah,
Yeah. Or accordion. Okay.
yeah. So he is the first person who introduced it to the church. He was a choir master. He was a music director as well. And he
Wow.
died before I was born. So I
Okay.
inherited that. And in the
Okay.
house, everybody knows how to sing. Everybody knows how to play an instrument,
Accordion.
even if they don't teach you. So I inherited this from my grandfather, and I've been the first grandson as well.
Well, see, in your culture, you get a lot of different. See, we do here, but it's not as open as maybe because the farmers and people that you work around in those type of countries, they may play certain type of instruments and things of that nature, and people pick them up in that
Yeah,
sense. When we go to work here or being around certain types of people, we don't pick up the same cultural interchange. So there is some things that's lost on certain levels, and it's only shared between certain levels. But once God wants you to have it, it's transversant. So it'll go anywhere. Anyone will be able to receive it or have it.
yeah,
And I think you was blessed with that. So
yeah.
please continue to do what you do.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Because I've come a long way.
Yeah,
Doing this
yeah.
1988, that's when I started doing this kind of music thing. Officially into music 1995 to date.
Okay,
So
okay.
if you can see that whole years now that I'm trying to, because I always believe in God, that is only God that can help me, that can make me shine, that can make me glow, because I don't believe in anything else than God.
Right,
That's the
right.
God. Yeah,
Yes.
so and this is the time. If it wasn't the corona, the pandemic thing that we have,
Right.
I would have been where you are for performances, because that's what we planned last this
Right,
year.
right. I really,
Some,
I just had to touch. I had to reach out and send you my send you my respect card You know, because I just like what's going on and what you keep doing, and it seems to go on every day. You stay fluent and moving and celebrating and bringing good spirits, and your music is transversant. It is not just African music. It is also something that we can share here in the United States. Very proud of you, man. Doing a good job.
And you know, their music is their major form of communication.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, that's where it basically kept. There's basically tribal laws and rules and things of that nature that you have in your country, but also the music, what we were just talking about here, transfers all over the place there. Your music or other cultures' music transfer a lot there within tribes and things of that nature too also, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you happen to pick up or have you worked with anybody that was outside of where you are in your local area right there in
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. When I was in the capital, we set up a first studio in the capital. We did it in the neighborhoods to support those upcoming artists.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah, and there's one great artist. I don't know whether you've heard about him. He's called Stone Boy.
Stone Boy. Okay.
Yeah,
We'll have to give him
yeah,
a
he's
listen.
one of the. He even did a song with Carol Hilson.
Okay.
Yeah, recently, and it has been released. All those boys in Ashaiman, the capital, they passed through our studio, and I recorded those people.
Okay.
There are a lot of people that have groomed up from the studio who are now a superstar. Some are even on the verge of being a great artist now. And I did a song with some of them. Currently, as I was speaking to you, I have a collaboration with a certain lady from South Africa. She's called Queen J. We finished that product. We finished that project. It will be out very soon.
Okay.
But she's the one who's have to start the data to be releasing it. And I have a song with a certain Malawian guy, DJ, who is also a musician.
Okay.
And I have a couple of collaborations that will be coming up soon. And last year I had a recording with other artists from I think Canada, a Ghanaian based in Canada, and a lot of projects are coming. I have a whole lot of songs that I've finished but I haven't released yet.
Yeah, we have to see you here. I mean, you have to really get out here and make some type of performance or something. If it's nowhere but in the park, locally or something, I want to hear it live. You know, I'm more of a live person myself. I really get into live music. You know, so I can dance around and Ele Me Nawoa, and do my do my little thing. Shake my little leg or something. Yeah. Because I just think the music will make people feel good. I like to feel good when I'm listening to my music. I don't want to be feeling all, down in the dumps. Yeah, when I'm listening to music, your music picks me up. It makes me want to go and clean up or do something, whatever I'm doing, and I kind of shake my head to it, and yeah, I'm okay.
Motivate heart inspiration.
It's God.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's God. It's God, and it's hard time now. We, the musicians or the current musicians, must go and pick and bring back the old hip hop that we had in the past.
There you
because
go.
All the music all the songs that they are doing now, excuse my language, is some kind of scrap.
Yeah.
Let me put it because it doesn't have any messages. And to be honest with you, I don't listen to such music. A song that doesn't bring me inspiration, a song that doesn't bring me any motivation, I don't listen to such songs. I have money. I have, you'll be referring to your girls or...
Right. Yeah. That's not the issue. Yeah, that's not the issue.
You have your black friend, you'll be calling her bitch in your song. That was not good. You see, we the blacks must portray and retain our culture.
Right.
So calling somebody, like in the music, you are using those swearing words, fuck you, bitch, and no, such words, no.
Right.
It doesn't speak well to us. And when you speak, oh, my shorty, my lovely lady, replacing that is with my shorty, my lovely lady, my boo. That sounds very good.
Right.
But using a bitch to describe a human being is not well cultured. It is not in the right direction. So they have to work on that. And I don't know why people are investing into such music.
Right. Well, see, whoa, I'm getting the feedback. Okay. Well, when I listen to what you're saying about the old school music that we used to have, there used to be a time where a man would get on his knees and be like, hey, you know, I love you, and you know, will you please marry me, type of thing. You know, there was some things that pulled some emotions out of people that were in our words that was translated between two people. You know, nowadays you listen to the song and that's a one person song. You know, you can't play that around the kids. You can't listen to that with your girl in the car. You know what I mean? Because it's speaking so derogatory, she's going to be wondering what you're thinking. You know, and then it's saying something about the mother or the woman involved, and then the kids are going to be like, well, what is he cussing for? You know, and then all of a sudden, you got everybody wondering, well, what are you listening to? You're a grown man listening to this. You know, and it's got the focus of things just a little distorted, but you have your place for it. Maybe with a younger crowd that might work, you know, and even then you want to kind of moderate that because they get violent off of it, and then Mamu might be involved with it.
But you know, unfortunately, unfortunately, because there is not that structure or the upbringing, you hear more girls playing derogatory songs loudly because
heard that.
because they think that it's okay.
Well, because their guy is saying that he's okay with her being with another girl while he's with her.
No,
and
but
then
I'm even with the B word with being called bitch.
Being called.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In my day, if you came to
Man,
me like
don't ever say that.
Don't ever say that. My daughter. It's the same. We are not going to have a discussion. It's the same with the word, the N word, which I don't use.
Talking about some skin missing.
Okay, exactly. Exactly. But I was at the gas station parked next to a young lady. She had her top down. It was hot.
Yeah.
You know, she was not, and every B, F, U, and was coming out of
that car. Yeah.
And
ooh.
It's not, because you have to think more of yourself.
Right.
But somebody has not taught her that.
Well, yeah.
And so we need to educate. We need to educate them. We need to educate them on this one, because as for me, to be honest, I have a whole lot of things to offer the world. I want to show the world. Yes. What God has given to me to do on this earth, I have to accomplish all. I have to. Tupac said, "How can he change the world?" And he was like, I can change the world. If I can change the world, I'll spark the mind of the people to change the world."
There you go.
So, because by then, he knew that the people he was dealing with, they are very cruel, and they can do everything to him because he was speaking the truth. So now that we've come to a system that we can also pick up from where Tupac left it. Is it Malcolm S?
Well, Malcolm X, yes.
Malcolm S. Junior. Is it Martin Luther King? And all those who fought hard for the blacks. Where they left it, we have to pick up from there and continue what they've left behind, so that our children that are coming will also pick up from there. Then we can build a great community for the blacks. And I have a whole lot of ideas that I want to share. And we won't stop this. We will still continue. I will still continue educate, be a motivational speaker. So, when I get there, we are going to do a whole lot of things. Educate the people. With this, you see that they will start changing. It's a gradual process. But when we start this and we have set up an establishment, a record level, which is bigger, when you bring your song, we'll scrutinize it. Even when you want to record, we'll make sure that your song is being glanced by by an editor. That will, when you bring such words into it, they have to edit it out and fix it with something reasonable. Then with this, when we have a record level greater like this, that educates the entire nation, then we see that other record labels or other record companies will also follow the steps that we have.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Yeah, I believe that here in the United States we have a set of rules that have not transferred from the old rules. We're working off new rules that we should stick with some of the old rules that we had in place that lifted up families and lifted up the stature of the women that were involved with family and the husband and things of that nature. But I think we'll get back to it. It's a new platform now, and it is bringing me to tears. I'm sorry, because I really feel passionate about this. You know, I really think that family is very important, and it's not to be taken for granted or forsake it. You know, and it's a blessing to have people like you that have such an open heart and such a good character about yourself. I really appreciate that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, we're going to take a break here on the Zero Mitcham and Mitcham Family Radio Show.
Yeah, we're gonna get into some of his music too.
Prince Nana.
Thank you, Prince Nana.
You're welcome, and
you're
everything
welcome.
will go right. And God bless you for having me on the show.
Yes, God bless you.
yes,
And
God
we're gonna
bless
finish
you.
the rest of the
Immensely.
show out with your music.
I got one question.
Thank you.
Prince, before you hang up, I just have one question. When you worship, because I know you do, what is your favorite song when you worship?
My favorite song is in our hymn. It's in our native language.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
It's in
learn
our
that
native
language.
Right,
because,
right.
Because we have the time is up. So the next time you have me on the show, I'm going to sing it and explain it to you.
Oh, please
Okay?
do. Yes.
Oh, yes, that's
Yes.
awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome.
We'll speak more later, Prince. Man, I'm really into what this conversation was about. You're just awesome, man. I really appreciate you as an artist and hopefully a friend and No Static Radio here. We really appreciate you being on the line. And you have a wonderful rest of your evening over there, or rest of your day that you're having over there, and continued success to you. This is Earl Mitcham himself from the Mitcham Family Radio Show at No Static Radio, and we commend you and we salute you.
Amen, and thank you. God bless you. And all that I ask God for you guys is a long life with good strength and good health and prosperity and good wealth. These are all that I ask for God from you, for you guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you
Welcome.
so much. God bless. God bless.
God bless you too.
Love you
Peace
so
out.
much.
Hello?
All right.
Love you.
All right. Love you too. Oh, man. He just tickled me right there, man. I mean, that really touched me.
Yeah. We're gonna get into some of his music though.
Okay.
How did he say it?
Oh,
Ele Me Nawoa. Ele Me Nawoa.
Ele Me Nawoa. We got it.
The sun on the beach.
Hey, there you go.
Ele Me Nawoa.
Ele Me Nawoa. Baby, Ele Me Nawoa. No, this is Ele Me Nawoa.
that night right now. Still today. Okay. Still today for
and I got all the money. I came for it, work for it. I'm a soul, if you hustle with me from the beginning, you must benefit. Yeah, with the original piece, no counterfeit. Come with me, chill with me, dance with me, and rock with me. I want to bring my bed and heat that jump for everything you wanna drink. Just go ahead and drink it. Caution with no question, but remember we must secure our future by saving, investing, apply for all the benefits. You are in, I'm in, all of our days like me, Joe, Joe, me, Joe, me, Joe, Bow, me, Joe, me, Joe, Joe, me, Joe, me, Joe, Bow, me, Joe, no lemonamia, Suga como no lemonamia, Babala no lemonamia, Rani ba no lemonamia, Lemonam, 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 lemon righteous, lemonam, lemonam, lemon righteous, lemonam, lemonam, lemon righteous, lemonam, lemonam, I got no size, man. I got no size. You gotta say, I'm buck of feet. You are claiming to part. Now tell me who's the real Tupac. Take my freestyle, or I should restyle it. I bet you it's gonna make you more restless. Stay back and brother, don't get closer. When great men are at the table, you need to be humble. We the best in the game, we don't boast. I know the rules and regulations govern the game. I started this in the 80s, no size, and still pressing on hard, no size. Never give up in any way, no size, no size, no size. I started this in the 80s, no size, and still pressing on hard, no size. Finally, it's my time to shine, no size, no size, no size. Don't tell me who is the freaky position. Wanna get away with it freely? To be found, I'm back to the game. Don't run away, you need to start as a man to receive my punch. As a someone lesson used to punch in the 90s. I'm a real talent to hype. I'm here to stay, not to fade away. It's time to shine. Nobody can date me. I'm the humble lion, but I'm dangerous sometimes. So what you say, what your moves, how you talk on social media. I'm the real son to park, no dark, so never try. Don't even dare me. I give it the good now. Go back and set it to differentiate the real ones and the ones fucking with my people. Don't let it blind you. Open your eyes to see the real king of GHE players. After this in the 80s, no size, and still pressing on hard, no size. Never give up in any way, no size, 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 size. I started this in the 80s, no size, and still pressing on hard. No size. Finally, it's my time to shine. No size. I'm on the fast lane, riding like no one's business. Yeah, just me on the top speed, trying to scratch my impact. I disagree. Wanna show them the best in me. Now you are feeling the real fire. Cause slow down this time of the day. So tell me what at all are you trying, man? This finds me a lot. When you meet me, you have to salute me. Yes, I must. I started this in the 80s, no size. And still pressing on hard, no size. Never give up in 8 away, no size. I started this in the 80s, no size. And still pressing on hard, no size.
He got a little flavor to it.
No size. Yeah, I think I'm finally done on this, man. I wanna use this opportunity to salute Iran for giving me this greatest opportunity. I can go. Black power. We gotta unite as black people. Unity is strength. We black must unite. Cause we are created in the image of the Most High. Togetherness is what we're looking for. Fighting each other will break anything. So stop the hating, stop the killing. Let's support with love about the hating. Listen, black is treasure. We must fight protected against the job destruction. Yeah, let's love lead among we the black. And this is what is expected in our communities. You and I must educate the children with truth. Cause we are royal kings and queens. Tolerance is what we must deal with. And doing each other is a major responsibility. So ask yourself, which impact have I made so far from being my brother's keeper?
No time, no
Perfect harmony.
What, this one?
And working together. Perfect harmony with each other. And
Yo, I connect with the sun. No more division, make everything one. We are the people from which all come. March to the beat, hear the sound of the drum. Mr. Bofo, please don't confuse me. We go together like ammo with Uzi. All negative energy, don't amuse me. We play a part like actors in the movie. Together we stand, divided we fall. Stop the hate, everybody can war. It's like all for one and one for all.
I was just talking to my people about that. You know, I say I wish there was some kind of way I could come and help out. You know what I'm saying? I like doing all that.
Two of us, it's four of us, it's more of us. Yeah.
if we
Exactly.
walk with power is high. If we
Right.
and that's where we
Yeah, that's what I want to do. Yeah, that's what I want to do. Tom That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Right. Well, you have to be one of those type of persons that do everything. You know what I'm saying? Multitask. Is it really? God, you tall, man. Good God. You get that from grandma, huh? Tall, man. And my niece is that tall. Well, she just turned 7.
Black power is the leader. Racism known as a hatred of others. My brother is a pure way of life. For me, it's a love, it's a nation. And the world made of black people. Black power, power. I'm calling you from baby. This is your most humble guy, the son. Calling from West Africa, Ghana, man. Girl. I'm really waiting on you, girl. West side. West side. I'm calling you from baby. There's no answer from the phone. We got something to talk about. Very urgent. Listen, I'm from the West side. You from the East Coast. Those ladies and gentlemen talking about us. Give me your room. Let's play someone else. I wanna call them. It's too tough. I can't be sleeping so till I lose my last breath. Nothing gonna distract my mind cause I have to focus mine. I'm the real man to take you to the top and I great ya. Don't let that negativity, connectivity of manipulation got you. West side. I'm calling your phone, baby, pick up the phone. West side.
You sound like he's really trying something, you know, he's really trying to put something together. But you know, like you can get some people in there that can really mess that up.
Bring me up when I was down there in the deep. You be looking in the walls, they will make you fun of me. Took me out from the gospel, beg me, giving me a much more exposure. Now I'm global. Everybody knows my name. It's all just hard work pays. So tell me, how can I break such a beautiful heart? Maybe I'll ride with you until I die. Both of us now are celebrities and we celebrate it to the end of time. You are the real deal, let's get the deal done. I'm still the humble guy, I'm still remaining loyal to the game as far as your real life is concerned. West side, I'm calling your phone, baby, pick up the phone. West side, you call it, baby, pick up the phone. West
Right. So you're like a third-class citizen in your own country. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that you built. Yeah.
Black folks don't use it. Everybody person is out there going, oh
I
yeah.
see each and every body
I'm
who's
sure
supporting me. Yeah, only over this God can stop me. This love is so intense, man. You understand? Now we are global, baby.
Switch it back to the family time again. Oh, yeah, it's about to talk about family again. Hey, welcome back to the Zero Mitchem and the Mitchem Family Radio Show here on No Static Radio. You guys just got done listening and got treated by the Sun from Ghana, West Africa. And, man, he is such an awesome guest, performer, and as we see now, he's pretty crafty on those designs, on those promos too, you know. You know, he's a pretty all-around good guy, you know. You know, they don't call him Prince for nothing, do they?
No.
Huh? Yeah, you know, from the conversation I've been having here with these ladies about the Prince, the son there, he's pretty popular in his own country, you know, and he has a lot of following there and things of that nature. And I'm just delighted and very honored that he was on my show today. I really appreciate the fact that you guys are tuning in at this time. If you guys would like to call in, it's 216-939-5087 on No Static Radio, where we don't bring the noise. I mean, we don't bring the static, but we sure enough bring the noise. And we are the voice of the revolution. And we want to stand and continue to create things the way that we've been creating them for black people for many years to come. I hope you stay tuned in. And also, while I'm on this particular part of my break, I'd like to read a little something from the CDC to let you guys know that there are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contacts with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, or mouth. Stay at home when you're sick. Cover your sneezes and coughs. And clean and disinfect frequently touched areas and objects. For more information, visit the CDC, cdc.gov/corona COVID-19. This message is brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station, No Static Radio. Hey, I'm back to say that, you know, during this time that we've all been quarantined into our particular houses and things of that nature, or wherever we reside at. You know, I received some information from Catholic Charities that speaks of couch surfing in my area in Mansfield. And there are agencies out there right now with cash assistance for people who are couch surfing that needs to call in Monday to Catholic Charities, and they will be able to forward you to someone through 211 that is legitimate, that will help you with housing. That will help you with housing. And if you're a veteran that's sleeping in your car at this time and may not have a place to lay your head at, there's emergency assistance for you guys also. And plus also with the local shelters, they will not give you this break if you have something in your background like evictions and things of that nature. They won't forward you to. There's certain programs that they will help you with getting a place or beds or whatever because there being overpopulation in certain shelters and things of that nature, and with the COVID-19 going on, there's certain guidelines that they have to follow within that. I have been checking around in certain areas within our local neighborhood, and I wanted to find out, do they have disinfectant for wiping off carts? Do they have masks for your face? Do they have gloves for you to put on if you need them? For any of those type of things, I'm running into situations where there's only small amounts of help in those areas, and there's certain department stores that I really want to keep them nameless. Should I keep them nameless?
Well, if it's gonna help a person, then
okay,
you
Dollar General. I'm gonna go to Dollar General. I'm gonna go to Dollar General. Because they're not doing anything to cover their people to keep this stuff from spreading.
Yeah.
See, that's very important.
Yeah, it is important.
Yeah, Dollar General, I was really appalled by Dollar General today because I walked in there and I asked them. I said, do you guys have anything we can wipe these carts off with? Where our company do not staff us with stuff. They only staff us with stuff for ourselves, but not for our customers.
Then get some baby wipes.
Do you have any masks?
No.
We don't have any masks.
So they're not wearing any.
So I went to Family Dollar, and I ran into the same scenario. But at least at Family Dollar, they said if you need for us to open up something, we'll open it up. I'll take it out of my pocket.
Wow.
That's still special.
That's very special.
That's still special.
Yeah. That's a special alert.
Yeah, they were. I know Family Dollar at one time was counting the amount of people they had in the store.
Yeah, they don't even count no more.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not even being counted. And Family Dollar the same way. And they don't have no wipes. And they don't have no masks. They don't have nothing to protect you from dying if somebody was to come in there and do that.
Right. Right.
I thought that was pretty odd.
Yeah, that's good for the public to know that you have to protect yourself.
Yeah, you just have to protect yourself, flat out. I mean, because I was looking at it as far as family is concerned. I'm like, no, y'all go back to the car.
Right.
You know what I mean? This is what's going on in my mind because I'm sensitive in them areas. When you got people,
especially when it's us dying.
Exactly. I'm sensitive in them areas. So when the son was talking to me about those things, it touched me. You know what I mean? Because that brought a tear to my eye because I'm looking at this. We still going through a set of circumstances right now where we are not being offered to be placed in a valuable situation. Like we are really valued.
Because we have the leader of this country that says, just open up. Just who cares?
It's a thing about opening up. You can open up.
There are stages.
But value the people that you are coming in contact with that are coming to your stores or whatever you represent. Have a value for the people that are you servicing.
Absolutely.
Because you cannot come from a corporate situation and look at all people like these are people that made you. So now all of a sudden you're not even concerned about their health.
No,
hold on.
If there's not a dollar sign standing in front of them.
Well, yeah, that dollar sign, you're right. There you go. Okay, so if I said, let me go in here and buy me a thing of wipes so I can wipe off one of your carts, I'd be in the right.
Wouldn't you though?
I'd be in the right.
Wouldn't you though? You know what? And since you're on that, because you just kind of left the opening. My church is Lee Road Baptist Church. It's located at 3970 Lee Road. On the 20th and the 26th, we will be giving out PPE packages.
Hey, you see me raising my hand.
So on those 2 days, because I'm going up sometime this week to help them put those packs. So on the 20th, you come, I think in between 10 and 5 o'clock.
Okay.
On the 20th and the 26th, we will be handing out those PPE packages, the gloves,
exactly.
the masks, the sanitizers.
I've been checking around.
So, yeah.
I've been checking around with certain, because I talked to a few different agencies when I was in my board meeting at Catholic Charities. I spoke to a couple of organizations that are within our chair and asked them, what do you have in place? They don't have anything in place.
Right, and that's exactly why our church is
That
still
is
doing a
bothering
virtual.
me. I still got a problem with that.
Right, that we're still doing virtual services online until there's something solid.
Yeah.
You know, but you can't ask 100, 200 people to come sit next to each other and say, "Oh, okay, just wear your mask," and it's not gonna happen.
Well, we're having our virtual situations going on right now with our meetings. You know, as a matter of fact, I got a meeting from Toledo, the Diocese of Toledo today, that was speaking about us having virtual hotels. And that's basically speaking from wherever we are, type of thing.
And it's so easy to hook that up.
So we're speaking about doing that type of thing now. We just had our last meeting, and I'm thinking to myself, you know, as we're having these meetings and we're doing things that are benefiting to the community, why aren't the things with the cleanliness part, the things with the sanitary wipes, the things with I know that we have masks for people that are 65 and older, or within that range, and if you call in to Love Inc., you may be able to get a mask. You may, if you under the age of 65.
No, well, we're gonna leave.
You see what I mean?
Right.
So,
right.
I feel the concerns in there, and I want to leave that where it is. But I'm thinking about these dollar stores, because predominantly more of them are in low-lying areas, in low-lying communities, and in my community. And I'm thinking to myself, if you go in there and somebody, you know, wasn't on a cleanly,
I understand.
you know what I mean?
Right, I understand.
So I'm feeling some type of way about these certain type of stores that I'm going into, and they don't have anything set up for the common man.
You know, and here's an easy way. We told our daughter, get yourself some Huggies or some baby wipes, and get a bottle of alcohol. Take about 2 capsules. You know, take one. I use mine in the bathroom.
Right.
But I also use mine. But take like a capful of alcohol when you're in your car and pour it right into those. Best wipes on the planet.
They are.
Now you got your alcohol. It mixes in there. It's an excellent wipe for your hands. You can wipe your dashboard off, whatever you got.
Yeah,
and
I just did that.
Yeah,
I just did that today.
Yeah, just get some alcohol and those baby wipes.
Yeah.
And put the alcohol in the baby wipes. It only takes a little bit.
Let me ask you a question. What we gonna do about this drag racing now, man? I'm a big racing fan now.
Why you gotta go there?
I'm a big racing fan. I'm trying to get you them wheels rolling now. I'm trying to get something turning up
you know
here.
what? Right now, there are a couple of tracks that are open. As we know, Norwalk or Summit Motorsports Park will not open this year.
Oh,
they're gonna have they have a lot of big events. They're going to have something for the junior dragsters. You know, the juniors are from 7 to 17.
I'm trying to drag. I'm trying to race now. I'm trying to get in there and race now.
Dragway 42 is active.
I'm trying to put my foot down in there.
And if you have never been to Dragway 42, it is a gorgeous track. It actually looks like Blossom City, but you got coming past Mansfield. I mean, you got 42.
Right.
If you go past you into Canton, you got Magnolia, which is gorgeous.
Oh, okay.
Magnolia down there.
Well, what about I-71? You can't fly down there in 71.
We want to go down 71. We're going to Edgewater. We're going to Killcare, and we're going to go to Edgewater down there. So, I mean, the southern tracks are basically open. Like I said, 42 is
42,
you would love it. Up here, I don't know what Thompson is doing. Of course, Thompson is our oldest track.
I'm trying to get out to the track, man.
Well, you got to come.
Yeah, I'm trying to get out there. I want to see you guys out there doing your thing.
Like I said,
you know?
You got to bring you and your appetite.
Yeah, you told me to bring the appetite.
You got to bring you and your appetite.
Yeah.
We have So much fun. I don't know. Have you ever been to a track before?
I've been to certain other tracks, but I've never been there.
The one thing.
See, I'm from Indianapolis, so I'll deal with the 500.
Wow.
Yeah.
No.
And then the little tracks downtown.
Indianapolis has one of the best drag strips on the planet. And those people are so sweet.
Yeah,
so
man.
Nice.
I mean, come on now.
I mean, everybody.
But see, it was a time, though.
No, still.
No, I'm talking about a time.
The difference between NASCAR and drag racing is that when you go to NASCAR, you sit in the stands.
Yeah,
and that's where you stay, because unless you know somebody, you pay your way into the pit.
You get down in the pits.
You can't go, right?
You can't get down there.
Drag racing, once you pay in, you pay to get into the pits.
Right.
You can stop and talk to anybody. I can guarantee you that at least 80% of them will try to feed you.
Okay.
I mean, because that's the way they are.
I love it.
You know, we have you can race a grocery getter.
Yeah.
To get a grocery. I mean, yeah, honestly, you can any car.
Right.
Any car. There's a class for every single car. There is drag racing is a safe haven for kids.
Okay, yeah.
For kids. See, a lot of people.
I kind of felt that. I kind of felt that about that.
It is a safe haven.
Yeah.
I've never had to worry about my kids 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, because I know if they weren't at our trailer, they were over there.
Somebody else's.
But it's been a family.
Okay.
If you want a good mathematician, everything that's on that track, everything that's under that hood is a number.
Is a number,
or
right?
Science.
Oh yeah, you get that.
So when they got the time slips, they could tell you from 60 foot to a quarter mile what that car was doing.
Right.
All they had to do is read the numbers.
Check you out.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I mean, but it's like a huge family. We've had a lot of fun, you know, doing it, and I dare say we didn't do too bad in the winter circle.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
So
I got a good feeling about it.
Right now, my son, we're trying to get him. There is a $101 million race.
Okay.
Okay. So the winner wins 100. No, what is it? No, $1 million and $1 million race.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So and he's itching.
He's trying to get in there.
Yeah. So
there we go.
I mean, he can get in. We can get him in, and he's an awesome racer.
Yeah.
My youngest daughter, Miss Kizzy, has an awesome car.
I think I missed my calling, man. I should have been a race car.
It's just it's just my son-in-law in there. My daughter, she helps manage. If you saw that big trophy that she's got in there, because she was Woman of the Year.
Okay.
Last year, a couple of years ago?
Yeah, 2 years ago.
2 years ago, she was Woman of the Year because she deserved it.
Okay.
And it's just, we raised them out there, and I just never had to worry about their safety. You still don't. I mean, the grandkids are older now. When they come, you see them, they're gone. They know what time racing is. They know what time it is to eat. They know the track. Everybody knows who they belong to.
Right.
So I mean, they take dogs out there. And there's
awesome.
a place for the dogs to go, and so
I like it.
It's just a lot of fun.
I think
so. We're trying.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. I'm gonna meet you down. I'm gonna catch on up with one of y'all. I'm gonna catch you down there.
We're gonna get there. So
trust me.
Yeah. So if y'all not doing nothing, drag racing ultimate sport. We because of the pandemic, we have not done a whole lot. We've kind of shown some videos.
Right. It's just like
and
NASCAR just started recently too.
So,
they don't have nobody in the stands either.
Well, and when they said. We can social distance and all that. I'm like, I know you guys. The first thing you're gonna do is hug each other. So there goes the distancing. I know what you do. So
or want to shake hands or something.
They do, and they stand there and I tell you,
hugging each other. Yeah.
If you are in the staging lanes, we are friends.
Right.
Once we get to the burnout area, I don't know you.
Oh yeah, I don't know you.
You don't have the right to pull up next to me. My intent is to put you on the trailer.
Yeah.
Now, after that race is over, depending on whoever won, we're friends again. We're gonna eat.
Right.
But
but when that line, you get to that, line, boy.
No, I don't know who you are.
Yeah.
So, but then, like I said, we barbecue out there.
Right.
One family fries a turkey.
Fries are turkey.
Oh yeah, and then they make
phone is
walleye,
dead.
huh?
Oh, okay, yeah.
We have. There's another family that does walleye tacos. I mean, depending on where you
I
stop.
don't think I'm gonna eat no walleye taco though.
You don't like fish?
I like fish, but I don't know about no walleye taco.
Oh yeah. Let me tell you, you did.
Is there a walleye burrito?
Is you would absolutely. I mean, and then we have a friend that cannot come this year, just like Prince Nana.
Right.
And his name is Alan Ward. He is notorious in Australia.
Okay.
And he was supposed to be here. He's been here for the last 3 years. He was supposed to be here again. That's a 31-hour flight.
Oh, yeah,
he comes just to be with us.
Yeah.
And to hang out with us. And because of everything, we won't see him this year. So
okay.
You know, I'm gonna miss him. But you would be so. Like,
Tell Will to plug in my phone.
you know, I can't believe all these people, but you fit right in.
Yeah, it's a wonderful thing. I'm really encouraged, and I know that we're coming to the bottom of the hour here at No Static Radio with the Zero Mitchem and the Mitchem Family Radio Show. The Prince, the son, awesome. Prince, not Francis. Awesome. Really enjoyed you, brother. Appreciate your time and you spending time with us here, with your family here in the United States. And we look to hear more important, special things from you in the future. This is Earl Mitchem from the Mitchem Family Radio Show, and I'd like to say thank you for tuning in. You brought a smile and peace to my heart today. A lot of times when you come into a place like this, you think it's just going to be all guns blazing and things of that nature. But no, I come in here sometimes just to relax and spend my time with the people out there so I can share my experiences with you. And I hope you enjoy the experiences that you have with me. And until next time, I'm going to have to say peace.